it, but they cannot disperse any of those funds until the applications for those funds have been submitted and
And you
reviewed.
can't submit it till September 1.
And
Well,
then
you
they.
could submit it tomorrow if we had it done.
Right.
Oh,
It has to be submitted by September 30th. And then in October, they're gonna rank them all, and they say they're gonna make an announcement by November 1st.
so what's our odds of getting
The DNRC.
the DNRs, no, the survey done and
Oh, the PER.
PER done in time to get this?
He said he
First.
could, they could.
If you guys
get
give me
it in.
direction, it'll be done. We don't.
If we give you
don't
the
miss
green light
grant
tonight,
deadlines, ever.
you can have that
Yeah,
done and
Our
we will
application.
hit the deadline.
yeah. We don't have a choice. It's gonna happen.
I like that.
I mean, we don't miss grant deadlines, period.
Let's do it.
Should we take a vote? Is everybody confident enough with
Yeah, I think so.
what the scenario looks like? Any comment from?
I have a question here. The hydrant thing and the under the road thing. Okay. I'm a little confused on that. What's the total cost for both of them together?
I don't think we
To
have
go
a
under, to
quote,
bore
do we?
under the highway,
Yeah.
under the
I'm
railroad tracks.
talking about for whether it's
Track.
matching or whether it's
I don't think we
100%.
have a quote, do we?
There's no quote at all? I mean, you had an estimate, right?
Well, from the old PER, quickly looked at the update, I think it's, I don't have an exact number that we haven't updated, but it's 400,000 to 500,000 total to do both the boring under the highway and the railroad. And we have really good current prices because we just did a big boring over in their lodge. And then the hydrants, to do the 20-ish hydrants, they actually added up
Wow.
$5,000 a piece.
So that's doing both projects
Yeah.
complete.
It looked at, I want to say you're in the 450 with all in, engineering, everything.
You sit out another year and a half, and what's gonna do is go up, materials
Yeah.
never go down.
I agree.
Well, it sounds to me like probably the technology's improved for this under the road stuff. That's just kind of the gist I get. Which
Well,
means,
it's always been a pretty, I won't say simple project because it isn't a simple process, but with the technology and the machinery that they have and the bits that they put on the machine to bore, to make the, and what they'll do now, in the last PER for the last grants that we got, and you were questioning the $80,000 to go under the highway at one point, that was just for the casing. It didn't include anything else. So what they do is they'll bore, but they need to put a protective casing, like a culvert, if you will, before they put lines in because of the traffic on the highway and everything else. So they need to do some prep work before that. But the cost for everything is just kind of estimating at this point is $450,000 to $500,000 just to bring the line across the road and the railroad tracks, go into the other lateral on the east side and replace 21 to 22 hydrants with gate valves and
Properly.
shut-off valves.
And we do have a water line on this side to supply.
Right.
Yeah, if I
Any
remember,
connections on this side?
Mm-hmm.
we were gonna cross, I don't remember the street name, Second maybe? Is this Second the one that goes across right there, Nate?
You good,
Right there, yeah.
Yeah.
there's second right there.
Or,
And then there's
no, what's the one that runs east-west right there?
A Street.
A Street.
Yeah.
A Street over to Carbon Street, we can
Right.
catch the water on both sides.
Right.
I believe off the top of my head is where we proposed doing it.
Right.
And as Shirley said, both the highway department and the railroad are gonna make you install a steel casing. That's what we'll actually bore in.
Mhm.
And then you run the water line through that steel casing. If there ever breaks or anything, you pull it back out of the steel casing. They're not gonna let us go dig up the highway or the railroad,
Right.
obviously, so. That's where we're at, if you guys wanna go forward.
I just have one question. On the 20 or 21 hydrants, are those replacing hydrants or adding additional hydrants as well as replacing?
I think that's replacing.
Just replacing, when we did the last PBR, I wanna say it was 21 hydrants did not work or were on undersized 4-inch mains, which the regs say they have to be on 6 inch or larger.
Okay,
And I think Mike got 3 of them maybe replaced.
Yeah, that's the number I hear.
And I think he ordered 4 or 5 and we got 3 of them installed.
Well,
We'd have to confirm.
I don't think you put gate valves and 6-inch lines in it.
No,
I think the
That
ones he
has
did, he
been-
just replaced fire hydrants that didn't work.
Yeah,
That were on the proper
Right.
size
Yeah.
line.
right.
Because some of them we don't have to replace, they're already on a 6 inch lead.
Mm.
So we just replace the valve and the ones that are undersized, we've got to go all the way back to the main.
So to follow up with your question, has anybody done any type of survey or anything on our system to tell us that we have the proper amount of hydrants?
DEQ regs currently say you should have one at every intersection. And we could look and see which intersections are missing.
We're missing about 50.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're missing a lot.
It used to be 450 feet
Yeah.
in a straight line, so it was every other intersection, you checkerboard them. But the new regs do say every intersection.
Will they allow us to replace and retro without coming up to
Right.
those specifications?
Yes.
Okay.
If we go in and we replace a block of water main, I'm gonna have to make sure there's a hydrant on every corner.
Yeah.
If you're just replacing actual hydrants, your grandfathered in the old checkerboard regulation.
and see, and that was my concern as far as safety, because we've already had, in fact, just, what, 3-4 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, we had Gladys's house down on Blewett, burned down.
You
And,
had the house fire and the cowboy.
right, in the Cowboy, well, then there was another one too, years
I
earlier,
seem to remember the fire department telling me when the cowboy was on fire, they had to go almost 2 blocks away to get a hydrant.
Right, and they have
Even
to
though
string
there's one on
together
the
like
corner.
300 to 400 feet of hose just on one hydrant, and then they don't have the pressure.
Right.
So, you know, it's a safety issue when we've got people that, especially elderly and disabled people, that need that protection if something happens.
Well, we would go a long way to providing safety for the community by
Exactly.
bringing up what we have in place
Right,
to an operational state.
right.
Well, and especially with the 6-inch supply, it's gonna give a lot more than what we're getting on the 4s.
So that's,
And while those are tragedies, your grant applications, it really carries a lot of weight because you're not
one
crying
of them
wolf.
was a
Yeah.
tragedy.
You're not,
Yeah.
you're saying, this actually happened.
Yeah, we had a
I
fatality on
think we,
Gladys.
could move forward and
Yeah, I think we're on
send
some
Chad
round
off to
last
work.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that we, go for the grant. and then I'll
Approve the $10,000?
Approve 10 to cover the match.
I second that.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second to move forward with all of the PER and grant applications and whatnot. I have a
Correct.
second,
David second.
I seconded.
right. Okay, I thought you were gonna say something. Okay. So all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, motion has passed to move forward with the grant applications and studies, PER and all for the fire hydrant and water lines on the east side.
Call staff, get back to work.
My staff's at work, this is on me.
Yeah.
This one's mine, I'm gonna run with it.
Crazy,
Thanks for swinging
tell
out on
Craig.
short notice.
Yeah. Glad
Well, I
you-
feel
glad you
good
could
about
come,
this, you
so-
guys. I
Yeah.
feel really good about this.
Well, it's been a problem for a number of years, and it's, you know, it just got to the point where we're looking at, say, $5,000 to replace different hydrants
And not even
and,
do it
and,
right.
and we would have to piecemeal that
Yeah.
out with our budget for
I know.
years.
It was
And
20 years.
if we can get the
And it's already
DLA,
cost us a life, so we need to be.
right,
We need to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
on a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned. Thank you everyone for coming, Chad, thank you so much.
No, this is important, I'm glad. I will shoot you over the contract and the work.
Okay, alrighty,
Thanks, sir.
Thank you guys. Thanks for meeting on short notice.
yeah,
Thank you
well,
so
thank
much.
you for